Hello and welcome to another Cymru Nerd Cave. It's been a little while. Hello again. Thought I'd make a video today because it's been a while since I've done anything G.I. Joe related. Did have on my old channel a couple of videos about G.I. Joe stuff and they were quite well received. But I moved house, and when I moved house a lot of the G.I. Joe stuff I had was put into storage, and I didn't forget about it, but it sort of took a while for me to get it back out of storage again. Now I have it out of storage, my love for the Joes has been rekindled, and I basically want to start making videos about those again because they're fun and I want the whole world to know just how cool G.I. Joe is. To that end, I'm starting off with a cracker. One I have reviewed in the past quite a while ago, a few years back now, but I hope you got your sunglasses on because you'll bloody well need them. This is the Septic Tank from 1991, and oh boy, it's a bit loud, isn't it? But let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. Let's do it. So here we have the Septic Tank from 1991 from the Eco Warriors line, and the first thing you will notice is this thing is bright. This thing is, whoa, yes, very, very, very early 90s. I mean, it was 91, and for some reason, Hasbro and other toy companies had discovered neon, and they discovered bright colours and fluorescent colours, and blimey is all I can say to this. And it was the same all over the board with the early 90s. Bermuda shorts were a thing. Hawaiian shirts had become a thing again. And it was the brightest colours imaginable. Neon socks were a thing. For those of a certain age will remember those. And this is exactly what fills in there. And the whole G.I. Joe line just became completely fluorescent and ridiculous. And just forgot about being a military line altogether. I mean, Cobra vehicles always were ridiculous anyway, which is part of the attraction, to be fair with myself. But yeah, I mean, otherwise it's a standard HISS tank. The body, this bit here, and the tracks and everything, standard HISS tank, nothing really to write home about. You've got the little wheels at the bottom there because the treads sadly don't move. Good detail on the treads though, really good detail on the treads. I always did like the detail on the old HISS tank there. But you got a few additions. For instance, the canopy is different. Instead of a smoky plastic canopy or a clear canopy, you've got this thing which opens up to reveal the standard HISS interior. Nothing like I say to write home about there. Absolutely fine. No stickers to speak of sadly with the HISS interior. It's just basically standard. But this canopy comes down, which always freaked me out, because if this is supposed to be something that is handled by Toxo Vipers, if it is something that is spewing out radioactive and chemical gunk all day every day, it's not really going to afford much protection, is it? I suppose these things are supposed to be breathing tubes, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't really make mention of anything like that in the description on the box or anything like that, as far as I'm aware. And then you have this thing, which is basically a massive water cannon. It's amazing. You've got your standard HISS gunner's interior there. But instead of laser turret, you have, like I say, a gunk dispenser. Now, you are supposed to get a long orange tube with this. I don't have it, but I suppose you could suck water in just by putting it in. You could immerse that in water and then just suck the water in. How you do that, it's basically, it's like a syringe. So you put that in water, you suck up the water with the syringe, and then that fills with water, to which you can then, not going to do it because why would I don't want to get water everywhere, frankly. But believe me, it does work and it is cool, and if you were a kid it'd be brilliant. You've also got these little splodges of gunk on here. Now, how this is supposed to work, these are supposed to come off if you basically wipe it with warm water. Now, I have a cloth, add some warm water what I'm going to do is just demonstrate basically that it doesn't work. Not very well anyway. So you've got your gunk splodges. You wipe it with warm water and it doesn't go away, but it does fade. It does sort of fade. It doesn't really work that well. I mean, it is old, so it probably doesn't work as well as it once did. But the splodges sort of don't go away as much as it should. But it does fade, and that's kind of the important thing. See, it's not as prominent as it once was. It does fade, but it doesn't really work. But that's fine, because it still looks pretty cool. One of the things I do like are the stickers. So you've got little splodges of gunk there. You've got a Cobra symbol with like a biohazard symbol there, but not quite, because you've got a splodge of gunk hiding it there. And then you've got all these little stickers basically with gunk coming out of every bit. 360 gun rotation, beware. And the same on the other side as well. Really cool, really bright, really pops. Do love it. I do love the septic tank so much. Let's fill it up with some Cobras, shall we? So we've got the incinerator there. I do like to put the incinerator in the driver's seat. Don't have any Toxo Vipers, sadly, but that's okay. He's orange, so he matches the interior nicely. The canopy goes down like so. You have a driver's seat. For that, I'm going to actually put in well, the right figure basically. It's supposed to be cesspool in there. Again, don't really have a complete cesspool, but I have a cesspool that will do the job. I do like cesspool a lot. I'll go into him in a bit more detail in another video, but I do want to show you the scar. Oh, the facial recognition works on that. The scar on this thing is amazing. How gory is that? I love him. He's the Cobra CEO. So he's kind of like the Vince McMahon of Cobra. But he can go in the gunnery seat there. The one problem I have with the gunnery seat is that the syringe knocks into his head. So he can't do that properly. So he has to sort of stand at the side. So I suppose he's fine. It doesn't really matter. And his backpack weighs him down a bit. You do have 2 steps at the back. 2 little posts there which you can port any real American hero. So I've got a headhunter stormtrooper there. You can go in one of those. Like so. And I've got Gristle as well from a couple of years after. Again, I'll go into these figures at some point in the future. And he can go on the back there. And then you've got a fully loaded septic tank ready to go into battle with the Joe Eco Warriors. I'm going to say Joe Headhunters then. No, Joe Eco Warriors. Brilliant. Lovely toy. Really, really nice. Pops really well in any collection. I got about 4 or 5 his tanks, and this is probably my favourite one out of the whole, because it's just so different from the other his tanks. There's nothing quite like it, and it was never reissued, I don't think. They did a Mark II back in 2008, which is very, very different than this. This is the classic septic tank from 1991. I will be back with another video. I'm not sure what on, but it might be another G.I. Joe one. You never know. I'm certainly going to start doing more G.I. Joe now that I've got them all out of storage. So, yes, please comment, rate and subscribe. Try and, help me out on the channel if you can, because I want to keep making content. I want to keep getting better as a channel, and that kind of thing will definitely help. So, yeah, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what Joes you want to have a look at, and I will certainly do my best with that in the future. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, whatever time of day it is. Look after yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.